just need one more. I just need one more. Hey, I just need one more. 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 You know, I'm picking up where I said, okay. Like the blunt, my nigga. Pass his beat to the left so I could press. Total my hits like I done wrecked. Who is next? Niggas is sleep like pillow pets. Getting foreign head from a bad bitch from Budapest. Call your bet, cause I'm just trying to get a quick check. We got the lights, we got the camera. It's all about that action. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy, Son of the Waves. This is What's the Wave. I believe this going to be episode like 95, honestly. So we've been putting in work. Stay tuned for episode 100. Stay tuned for the 2-year anniversary, all that good stuff. But this is a very special episode because I have a great creative, a great mind in the building today. Should I just say Elijah? I'm about to say Elijah of Forever Studios. Yes, sir. We got him in studio today. This man is an artist. Very multi-talented individual. We just wrapped up January and the whole campaign was being multi-talented. We can't touch on that, but just in general, I thank you for pulling up. Thank you for taking some time out your busy schedule to come in here and allow me to pick your brain and kind of showcase you and show you off real quick to the people.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
it's
you very
all
much.
Love.
Thank you so much.
Of course, we're going to get into the What's the Way with you. I definitely want to touch on a lot of stuff you've been doing. You're a man who I like call it spinning plates. You know, you see the stick with the plate spinning, everybody hold. You spin a lot of plates right now. Yeah. So I definitely want to touch on all of those that you have to keep up. Hit you with the rapid wave segment. That's been some good content, some great responses. I know you haven't been on your sports game, so we might just touch on that. If not, we'll gloss that over, and then I want to wrap it up with the story arc. I want to get your origin story because at the end of the day, we're all just a kid from somewhere. So we're gonna get into it. But without further ado, this episode is dropping the 1st of February. Shout out Black History Month. Shout out to all of my melanated people out there holding it down, doing something great. So with that kind of approach to it, this month, I wanted to ask my guest who I bring on, what mark do you want to leave on history? At the end of the day, you create a lot, you do a lot, and it's going to be here after we leave the earth. So kind of with that mindset and that perspective, what do you want to leave here once you're gone?
I'm going to be honest with you. I would like to leave a flourishing set of outlets, energetic outlets for children and the youth to have so that they can healthily express themselves. That's the biggest thing for me.
I like that with that healthily,
and maybe that's not a word, maybe it is, but at the end of the day, that the understanding of being able to utilize your outlets, whether that's cinematography, photography, artwork, painting, sculptor, or utilizing your hands with screen printing or skateboarding or
music, anything.
Athletics, whatever the case may be. I feel like children and us promoting children being able to utilize those outlets for healthy behaviors, healthy, energetic interactions and connections with each other is the most important thing. So that's the type of mark and impression I would like to leave, not only through my artwork, but through the other things that I do as well. And that's very important. You know
it's just that level of inspiration. I always hope to inspire, as you said, somebody. My peers are my biggest motivation. A lot of the reason I started the podcast because I went to high school with people who rap, who do clothes, who do cosmetics. And I'm just like, whoa, we got all this talent. Like, can I show it off? Like, that's all I wanted to do. So I was inspired by my surrounding, my community. So hearing you want to do the same thing and also for a younger generation, it's major. It's so major for sure. And that's all we can do. Like you said, maybe I might not can change the world, but I can inspire the mind to do it. So I love that through whatever medium, through whatever outlet.
That's a big contribution too to the community. A lot of people don't look at it like that because if you're sharing other people's talents and creativity, you're not scared to show love. And that's how I look at it. A lot of people don't like to say that, but you know, you got a lot of what do you call that? Gatekeepers
and shit.
So we call those haters. Well, haters, right? We got a lot of people that don't want to show your artwork or whatever, show your music or share, but they'll go show Beyonce stuff or listen to all these other people that they don't know. And I think that's a big deal for you. You're doing a great thing. Both of y'all are doing amazing work, and I see you. I think it's great. That's the wave.
Thank you, man. Come on, we're trying to be the wave, man. We here, and that's why I recognize and see you as well, and that's why I really want to come and give you your flowers and everything you do. One thing I seen the journey you've been on. You're a homeowner, housing journey. Touch on that because I'm about to say, is that more of the real estate bag are you trying to get into, or is just that process of just adulthood? And just kind of being a homeowner and buying it. I see you showcase that publicly, so I just want to ask you about it.
Purchasing land was the idea.
About it, so for real. That's what we need to talk about.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I purchased land.
Nice.
And for me, the biggest part of land ownership, you could have a house.
Right.
The bank owns the house.
Right.
Just be clear about that. When you purchase land, if you have the deed to the land, you own the land. Now, I think that that's more powerful for our generation, talking about putting a septic tank on it and also putting a foundation on it and pulling the equity off every 2 to 5 years. That's a big deal.
Now, that's generational stuff. I'm not even educated. Like I said, I'm ignorant to a lot of that fact. So just that conversation is a start. Right.
And I'm still learning. But as the journey goes on, you start getting around people that do the same thing that are a little bit older than us.
Right. A little more well-versed in it.
Right. I think that's generational wealth. You have children right now?
Nah, I'm good right now. I'm 27, no kids. 27, no kids.
And even when you're 27 with no kids, it's a very big deal for you to be ahead of the game, whether you decide to do that now or not at all. Yeah. Still, you can still pull that equity off for yourself, for your wife, for your kids. You want to go on a trip, you can buy new equipment, you can invest more into your product or yourself, your business. And that's a big deal, instead of just having to work the 9 to 5 and then struggle to just $500 worth of groceries.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That week-to-week lifestyle.
Good luck.
Yeah, for real. It's not fun. It ain't fun for everybody.
And everybody's just trying to figure out these codes and these keys to the matrix. I don't know it all, but I will say that anybody that's out there that's looking to buy a house, man, buy a house. That's cool. The market's, everything's tanking right now. You guys could look around. The economy is stripped.
It's wild.
We're in debt.
Yeah.
But what I will say is take this opportunity to find out what you want to do, whether buying and purchasing land or purchasing a home. I think it's going to be a great investment. Once technology picks up, the economy picks up, and that's always shown. Yeah. And everyone's going to do well. I pray that everyone does well.
No, I love to hear it just in that kind of entrepreneur space where I have a lot of people on where they're creating their own brand and creating their own thing and are looking for ways of passive income. That's a term that has been thrown around a lot more in the past couple of years that I've heard. Passive income, generational income, those type of terminology and that language that is now being talked a lot more with our crowd, with my peers, with my generation.
That's
yeah,
right.
It's wild. So
y'all gonna take it to the next level though.
For sure. No, I'm gonna pick your brain now. Like I said, I'm trying to buy some land. I'm like, I want to buy Vallejo. That's one of the things I want to do. I want to buy Vallejo.
That's right. You could do it.
I'm gonna talk to you, but it's that initial conversation, being able to teach somebody like, hey, bro, I know you 14 and stuff, but you could go buy like a forest and do whatever you want. And like that, nobody even thinks of that. Like that's just that. I believe exposure leads to expansion. Yeah, and just being exposed to that information. Like I'm excited now hearing you talk about it. Right, I love it. I love to hear it. So
one more drop before that goes.
Go ahead.
When you're purchasing land or you own a LLC or a business, you guys start monetizing, creating the wave to be a business. Take the LLC and drop it in an irrevocable trust, right? So that you are forever the beneficiary of that trust, and it can't be taxed. So once you have those types of assets, the LLC, your property, your home, your cars, your jewelry, XYZ, camera equipment, your phones, those things belong to the trust, and that trust has an EIN number, has a bank account, right? Yep. Has its own credit score, right? So you pour all those things in there, and they're locked up. Yeah. Now you have generational wealth. They come with credit cards. Yeah. Anybody that has an irrevocable trust will tell you that it comes with 4 credit cards. Whew. Beautiful. So I think it's big deal. It's just a little gem. I think it's very important for us to know that.
I like that. Come on, comment below what y'all want to see, what y'all need to look into, what we need to look into, so we all can create this generational wealth to sustain our legacy. Because that's what February is about. We want to leave a mark on history, and there's multiple ways to do it.
Let's go.
We always say there's money out there. You just got to find it. You just got to go find the shit. So
that's real talk.
But let's shift hats to your artistry bag. At the end of the day, you call yourself a creative, an artist. And I'm very curious to see your inspiration. We talked a little bit before the podcast. You love nostalgic, and I love that. I'm big on that too. I love 90s. I'm superhero nerd. All the stuff I grew up with, I still hold on to me. I'm a kid at heart.
That's right.
So where do you typically find your inspiration on a day-to-day that kind of pushes you into creating some a piece of work or a piece of art?
Oh my goodness, that's a great one. I could go from the past and bring it more towards the future. It was like Basquiat. You ever heard of Basquiat? Basquiat was hard. Keith Haring, Andy Warhol.
Okay.
Those are more famous artists, but there also were Frida Kahlo, right? Different artists that were spanned out across the past that still, their energy still resonating now. Yeah. And our culture's still adapting to it. A lot of the artwork that you see out right now to this day has a lot to do with those artists that I just mentioned.
That influence.
Exactly. And then today when I see other younger crowds being influenced by creating constantly, making their own t-shirt brands or making their own sticker brands or doing graffiti in a healthy way. I'm gonna say that in a healthy way because I'm not promoting not
no vandalism.
I'm not doing that. No disrespect. I love it, but just I'm not promoting it. That's all I'm saying. In a healthy manner, when they're trying to get their bag and make a business out of it, I love that because now all their energy and their hard work and their dedication is paying off.
It's paying off.
And there's nothing wrong with things that you work hard for paying off. And I think that's the inspiration that I see. From then to now, it's a big deal, dude. Like, I think it's serious. Like,
it is. It really is. With how we touched on the digital age, from the different ways to push your product, the different ways to get exposure, the different ways to put yourself out there.
Right.
It's nuts.
And the one of the biggest influencers in my life, and I hate to say this, it was my mom. My mom pushed me to draw. She really did. I'm being honest. I got to give her flowers for that because she sat at the table with me and gave me that internal encouragement. When I would draw, she would be right there making sure that my lines were right, that I was staying on my P's and Q's with my colors and understanding that these things resonate frequencies and feelings. Yeah. You're not just doing stuff random. Yeah. That's not what this is about. You're creating. So she was one of the bigger inspirators as well, other than those other artists. Right. She was really
it sounds like shout out mom. She definitely showed you the intent with the work. That's right. That's what it is. Like you say, you're not doing nothing randomly. We're not doing this just for play just for fun, which is fine. Like you said, at the end of the day, express yourself how you want, but just the intention with your work.
She did.
That's a real one. Shout out moms.
Yeah, shout out to moms.
Love you, man. Let me ask you this question, being a creator and you've seen what art does for others. What does art do for you? Either when you make it or when you just, if it's just that smile on somebody's face, if that's just that gratifying feeling, that's all you need. But either when it's creating it, selling it, making it, what does art do for you personally?
Man, that's a good one. I would like to say more on the lines of when I see that my art effectively affected someone in a positive way, or however it hit them in their own way. I just watched them. I've always been like that because I've been hard on myself all my life. I think that not negatively, I've always been like, I could do better. Right. Or I could do more. Right. You know? Not saying, oh, that sucks or that's garbage.
Just competing with yourself.
Right. Right. Not with others, just with myself.
With yourself.
So when I see other people like, man, this is amazing, and they give me a good compliment, I'm like, that's tight. Yeah. Because that's what I made it for. I didn't make it for me. Yeah. I made it for you.
I wanted you. Yeah, I love it.
I like how people respond to art, period. I love how I respond to art.
Like I said, it moves you. Right. It's gonna create invoke an emotion regardless. Right. And positive, negative, whatever.
And when it does that, then I know I did my best and it was effectively affecting someone in a positive way. So
that's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Cool. I hear a lot just bringing different people on, and that's where I know people have a passion or a love for what they do. Yeah. Same thing with this podcast stuff. I mean, I could care less about making money off of it. Of course, you know, we want that and all that good stuff, but when people just be like, "Hey, bro, you to do with the podcast?" That's enough for me. Like they be like, "Oh, what's the way? You son of the way?"
It's pulling up.
It's good. I see it. I'm glad to be, seeing it kind of in that light. So sometimes that's all you do it for the love of everybody.
And that inspirationally, that's exactly what it's all about. Though at the end of the day, when you know that you're putting in hard work, you with your brother, and he's helping you, and you're helping him, and you guys are creating this thing, right? And this thing is starting to create a frequency that's hitting other people now. Yeah. And it's starting to affect other people. So it's not about people watching you, or it's about, is what you're doing affecting people, whether it's in a negative way or in a positive way, but it's still affecting people. And that's what matters.
Absolutely.
How they take it is not up to you. But when I say, hey man, I see you, son of the wave. Yeah. Cool. That's dope.
Exactly. That's dope.
I'm not gonna lie. That's a big deal.
That shit, bro, it's fun, man.
You guys are doing good work.
With being content creators, I always think, now I'm thinking, okay, what type of content are you creating? What do you want to do? What is your content doing? Wow. Is it leaving an impact? Is it positive? What proximity are you reaching? So that's really what I want to do. I just want to give everybody their flowers, bring them in, show love, change the reputation of Vallejo. Everybody thinks the city's so negative. You could go to all the way back to episode 16, like everybody I've had on either from Vallejo, they're doing something great, something positive, some type of positive work. And that's why we brought you on, because I see you and I'm like, come on, we got to show you off. We got to show you off, man. It's love. It's love. Crazy. So
appreciate you.
Let's reach in another part of your bag, the NFT world.
Oh,
and I'm a millennial. We're in this digital age. I'm ignorant to it. I wanted to get into it. I looked at it. I had one of my other homegirls. She was just like, oh, yeah, this is all you got to do. And you could create one and boom, boom, boom. And I've seen them go up, down. It's a roller coaster ride. Right. So as a person speaking from ignorance, the NFT world, you're into it now. Just explain to me a little synopsis, generally what it is and what you do in this world.
Right. So I'm a creative director and part owner of NFTLG. You can go check out the website at NFT.
Plug all that.
Yeah, nftlg.io.
Nice.
I had the opportunity to collaborating with my brother to creating the project, and we just skyrocketed with ideas, man. We just stayed on the phone every single day, just creating, coming up with what our non-fungible tokens would be about. Now, I'm going to just break it down to a more simplified understanding so everybody can be clear about what this is. Non-fungible tokens in a simple format for people to understand. When you go to the movies, right? You go to the movies, what do you buy? You buy a ticket.
Yeah.
The ticket gets you access to something.
Right.
It gets you access to the movie.
To content,
Right. You get to watch the content.
Yep.
Right? Spider-Man, Marvel movie. It could be Vampire in Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. The point is that you bought the ticket, it gave you access to something. Now, when you get the access to something, what else do you get access to? The snack bar.
Yep. Concessions, arcade, little stuff, some extra little perks.
So that ticket, and you remember back in the day, they used to check your ticket.
Yeah.
They were serious.
Yeah.
They kick you out the movies if you didn't have a ticket.
Right.
So creating those tickets, right, is the artwork. The ticket is the artwork. Okay. It gets you access to certain things. So let's say your new episode.
Right.
Or you guys said you're making a movie. You guys create a non-fungible token, and that's your NFT for Ride the Wave t-shirt. Right?
Okay.
They buy the NFT online for $25. Right? There's only 100,000 of them. They buy the NFT online. That's their ticket. And you get them to your movie, to
the movie or the T-shirt or the content that or the episode we want to provide.
Yep.
We're about to make an NFT for this episode, man. Come on, this is gonna be crazy, man. What's the wave NFT to get to episode 95 with my boy Lige and Forever Studios, man? Okay. I like that.
Right.
I'm an analogy person, so that was a great analogy to definitely hit home. And now I automatically easily understand that.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, so with the brand and the business with you and your brother,
right,
what are your guys' goals and kind of idea with that?
Right. So we wanted to, so it's called NFT lottery games, right? The biggest part was to create an environment more like a talk show host, kind of like this, but a hosting game where people could win NFTs from our brand.
Oh, dope.
Right. But we started really breaking it down to a formula where we talked about nostalgia. Right. When you brought out all your baseball cards, I felt like a kid again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's lost.
Yeah.
He was gone. He
real instantly start grabbing some cards. Yeah. We was talking about, some cards, baseball cards, all that beforehand. We was just getting into it. Yeah.
That type of feeling that you get when you see presentations of squares in your hands and comic books and things like this.
Like you said, holographic, just all of that, man.
Pokemon cards, all that stuff is nostalgia. It don't matter what anybody says. That's why all that stuff's worth money. My brother and I wanted to create that type of nostalgic feeling. So, like I said, we wanted that presentation to be resonational. We wanted to resonate with people, right? So we have our own card game, our own battle card games, and we also have our own interactive digital comic. Nice. And we have our own physical comic that's going to be pressed and released soon.
Oh, dope. So, see, no, that's going to be major. Please stay on the lookout for that. The name of the brand again?
NFTLG.io.
NFTLG.io. Please go follow them. That sounds major. That sounds really exciting. You're getting me kind of geeked up. I want to look into it
serious,
now. Just as a, like I said, superhero nerd, cartoon kid, music video kid. Those are my nostalgic things, and to see you kind of playing off of those, super exciting, super major.
Right.
I love to hear
deals,
it.
Man.
Also, another plate that you spin or a hat that you wear, the photography bag.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you've been out here. You've been capturing some great photos of the city. I know Rio. He loves videography, photography. He's very well versed into it. Where did you find that love for that kind of media outlet?
That sounds crazy too. My mom's. It sounds ridiculous,
mom's, man.
She had them outlets, man, for me. You know, she really pushed me to express myself, and that's why I'm really like that for my own children. I'm like that with my daughter and my son. I'm like that with other kids. If I see other people around me, you want to paint a picture? I'll just ask one of the kids. I don't care. It's very rarely that you get a kid to say no to coloring or drawing.
Yeah.
So with photography, my mom did the same thing. She gave me her first camera.
Nice.
Right. And then I had photography class in high school, and it kind of took off from there, shooting black and white film. And then the DSLRs came out when I went to college.
Nice.
So when I went to college, I was like, yo, these are crazy. They had like the Canon, the 2SI, I can't remember what it was. It has so many, but it was a Canon, a DSLR that came out. The Nikon had been killing it for a while.
Right.
And I started getting infatuated with cameras. You know, once you, and this is, mind you, to everybody out there, if you're shooting photography, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. When you buy cameras and you're a real photographer, you start having like 12 cameras around the house. You don't even know why. Right?
They just start adding up.
Yeah. But it all started though when we were kids. We had Polaroids. So when you snapped that picture and it came out and you,
boy, you had about 10 of them, boy.
Man, I'm telling you, and that's where it all started. So the love of pictures, I think, as a 90s baby, as an 80s baby, all of us had pictures. You know, mom and dad used to have them photo books.
Yeah. If you notice, and ironically, my parents, they didn't take a lot of family pictures growing up, but a lot of my peers, if you go in their mama daddy house, what's the hallway wall? Pictures. Portraits, family, a school photo, like that was just, I guess, a very pivotal thing just in our era growing up, where videos and photography became very prominent. Right. Very, very prominent. So do you still plan to stay in that bag with photography? Is that a love you never will let go, or is this you want to kind of, you just focuses elsewhere with the art and stuff?
Always. Okay. I think that photography is a lifestyle. I don't think it ever leaves you. You know, now there are moments where you forget your camera and it sucks because you go to spots where the moment is just that moment. And not every moment doesn't deserve a picture. Right. But in real life, the moments that you really should have captured, you went to Santa Cruz with your lady, or you went out with your friend, and just that moment that or you be by yourself. You catch that moment and you missed it. Yeah. You saw it, but you wanted to share it and you didn't get that opportunity. You're like, damn, I should have brought my camera.
That's what it's all about.
And I will never let go of photography. It's a part of me. I can't.
I love to hear it. And I'm actually a big person. I would think of myself on the opposite end of the stick, as far as I don't like when people take hella pictures and record. Like if we on vacay, I'm more of a let's enjoy the moment in the presence. Gotcha. But hearing it from your perspective is just like, I want to capture this to share it. Yep. That's what it really is. And it's like, I mean, I respect it because that's what inspires me. Oh, I would have never wanted to go to the Maldives if I never seen a picture of it, or I never would have want to go to Italy if I never seen Santorini. Right. Like, but I needed to see that photo or that video just for that little bit of like, oh, I could go there. I want to go there now. Right. So,
and you know, honestly, I'm gonna say that even on your phone, I think people share their photos for whatever reasons. I don't know. I can't answer for everybody. But my phone, I don't really like taking pictures with my phone. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just started like really making reels and stuff like that. I don't take pictures with my phone. I have a camera for it. So, you know, it's a different feeling when you're really trying to capture this moment. Like it's different on a camera than it feels on your phone. I don't know how to describe that. A lot of people understand what I'm saying. Right.
Like I said, it's more of a lifestyle. I feel the same way with the podcast. This is my life. Like this is my lifestyle. So when people be like, oh, I want to start a podcast and talk shit, like, all right, bro, whatever. Like, it's like, all right, bro, you just want to talk and be seen. Like, what do you want to do? I get everybody wants to create. What kind of content do you want to create? How do you want to capture that moment? Right. And it shows that passion and that kind of just internal value that you have for that media. So I love to hear it. And last hat I kind of want to explore that you wear, the card grading. Oh, yeah. I brought it. We were talking about cards. We grew up with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. I brought out my baseball cards just beforehand. I might have some shit. Let me know if y'all know some people. I might have some shit if y'all. I'm
not gonna lie, bro. I had some fire. I was kind of excited about it.
I got some stuff. Like I said, it's all right. We gonna talk. But with the card grading, is that with you and your brother as well?
No. That was me and my older brother. That's really on a different basis. So the way it's going right now is you know, pushing people to have good grading for a good price so that their nostalgic stuff that they either get from their mom or like I got a lot of stuff that I got from my dad. Old school stuff, it don't last long and it's deteriorating. That's just what it is in real life.
I learned that if it's 20 years old, it now becomes not retro, but I think retro or nostalgic.
Right.
Once something like literally, so like Sega Genesis is, I think anything that came out like in 2001, like a Game Boy Advance can now consider retro or nostalgic. So
I mean, if you even go look at have you guys looked at the price of a VCR? Doesn't it sound retarded?
Yeah, I would have never thought.
VCRs are like $400 to $800. Go look at it right now. I promise.
Boy, that's nuts. Just to know I was 8 years old playing with that and being kind to rewind. Like
Right. Now, with that being said, the company, I really, so it's going to be called Eternal Grading. That's the whole thing. It's going to be pushing off in the next like 2 months. That's really where we're at with it right now, just with shipping and handling, making sure that everything's all pressed and put together, logos and everything else. The most important thing is that people get a good price and good grading. PSA is dope. I don't know if you guys know who PSA is. PSA's been in the game forever.
Sounds familiar.
They do all the grading for anybody you see in those hard graded cases. Got a red label around it, whatnot.
Okay.
They've been in the game forever, since I was a kid. I don't know, probably before I was born. The idea behind them is they were giving good prices back in the day. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. The community that has nostalgia, they're complaining about it being overpriced.
Right.
I believe it's like $60 for one, and it takes like 10 months for you to get your card back.
Just so I could tell if it's worth something or not.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
that's outrageous. Yeah.
But I'm not hating on them because I'm sure that they have backed up logs from people for that long, and I'm not hating on it, but there
has to be easier way. It has to be something more direct.
There has to be something like
something else.
I'm not going to say that we're going to top the market any better, but I do want to offer one more thing with that. Taking digital pictures with people's cards and then putting it on the blockchain, right? So that these people can see that they've been authenticated. Yeah. Everything's been graded. You have a video and putting that on the blockchain for people to see. I think that's a big deal because now the audience, the person that's investing into this gets the opportunity to see what their stuff's worth and that it was digitally identified. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's important.
It is.
And, you know, it is what it is. It's not going to be for sale or anything like that. But I do believe that people getting more into this digital age and connecting things more to the blockchain is going to be very important. So,
and it's something I'm very curious because it seems like something that's new, but it's not going away.
No.
There's a lot of temporary stuff that we run through in this time period, but certain things stick, and it's just it's trendy. There's a lot of trendy stuff, and then you see what lasts.
Right.
You see what lasts through the periods. Like one of my jobs, I work for after school program.
Let's go.
Beyblades are still a thing, and I'm juiced. Like just to see that I was a third grader playing Beyblades, and like this still going on, and like Pokemon is still around, stuff like that. So you see the stuff that is not just trendy, but that is has longevity.
100%. Go 100%. Go look at a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards from back in the day.
Yeah,
it's cheese right now. Go look at a pack of Pokemon cards like we were talking about earlier. It's cheese. Every last one of those Pokemon cards that people had back in the day.
Y'all know who Squirtle is. Y'all know who Pikachu is. Like, get a card with them. Get that bag.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
And like it all comes back to it being graded though, because you got a $25 card and then you go and get it graded and it's worth $125. That's completely different.
Right.
I think that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you talking about Beyblades. If somebody has them in the package, I would dare for somebody to go look at the old school ones when you were a kid.
Right.
And it's in the package. I'm sure if they get it graded, it's gonna be worth bread. That's bottom line.
As you see, I have a bag of cards that I don't know what to do with or don't know who to bring them to because I'm not well versed of getting them graded, who to take them to. I don't know anybody around the Bay Area. I could be like, hey, is this worth something? Other than Google, and Google's not always reliable. So, that's a very, very true fact that those dots need to be connected. Need to be connected for sure.
And like you said before, like everything's all on content. Everything's all content creating. Everything's digital. Yeah. If you don't have things recorded now, like you can't just take a picture of something and it's lit. Yeah. You literally have to record stuff.
You gotta have a video now. Instagram went from pictures to videos, and now that's everything it is now.
That's it.
To algorithms and everything.
And that's all it is because proof is in real life, in real time. So if you have someone grading your cards, like if you want to come over to us, come on, I got your back.
Yeah.
If you want to have your stuff recorded, it's going to be digitally recorded every single time, looking at your edges and explained like, hey, the face was scratched or the corners were ripped or this is why. Gives more of a clear answer of why this is happening and how it works.
And how the process of the card actually being valued, not just saying like, what do you think? Oh, I think it's worth this. And the next person might value it differently. Sounds like there's more of a criteria.
Right. The PSA, when they give you yours, you don't get no digital video.
Right.
They send you, I'm being real with you. Ask anybody that's ever had their PSA cards graded, straight up. They just give you the card back. It has their certificate on it.
Right.
And they just tell you like, oh, this is a 4. Now, the King Griffey Junior cards that you had, those rookie cards, they were in great condition. I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
The corners weren't bent. Nothing was ripped. There wasn't coffee stains on it.
Right.
You didn't see any of the faces scratched or tore up. Let's say if you sent it in the PSA and they
might have gave me a 3.
Oh my God!
I would have been out, but me being naive to it, I'd have been like, "Oh, cool," and then like, but not knowing it. But then I don't have a secondary option, another opinion.
Right,
like you could go to a doctor and go to another doctor on your foot. But same thing with my card. Oh, well, they told me it's a 3. What do you think? And
you guys can look at this online. I swear to God. A lot of people are doing that now. Now they're going to other grading companies to get a second opinion, and they're getting 10s. But I'm being straight up. You guys can look it up for yourself.
Real talk.
Go look it up. They'll have a PSA card that they got. It was a 4. They take it to CGC. It got a 9. Why is that?
Well, exactly. What's the scale? What's the ruler that we're measuring?
Right. Because I like that. It's all going to come back down to this. And I said this earlier, and I mean this. Michael Jordan basketball cards. Scottie Pippen, right? Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds. I'm not saying nothing disrespectful,
right?
But when these legends pass, Kobe Bryant's cards are worth bread.
Yeah.
When these legends pass and those cards are graded, they're worth cheese. Like that's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you're getting your right grade for what your card is worth.
Facts.
So I'm saying.
Real talk, man.
And your comic books too.
Oh yeah, we could talk about the comics. Oh yeah, that's gonna be another episode. Goddamn, but we'll wrap it up there for kind of the what's the way with you. I thank you for that. Being able to pick your brain in the gems you drop, like that was great. I'm so curious, and we definitely gonna be in contact after the fact about the NFTs, about the card grading, and everything in between. So, but let's get into this rapid wave segment. Me and Rio love this segment. It's been really great since last June, I want to say. I just wanted to get your natural instinct. I'm going to hit you with some either or questions, maybe ask you to rank this, your top 3, top 4. If you got a simmer on it, that's perfectly fine, but I just want to get your natural reaction.
Quick shots.
And I took a little bit of nostalgic in there for sure. So the first one, rank 1 to 4. 1 being the best, 4 being I don't really fuck with those. Skateboard, bikes, scooters, or roller skates.
Ooh.
And you could think of as a kid, you could think of now, because I'm a skateboarder for life, so I already know my answer. But rank 1 to 4. What was the main thing you was riding? The other thing you was like, I don't want to mess with those.
Skateboards. I'm going to go back to skates first.
Ooh,
skates.
There you go.
When rollerblades were in, real rollerblades, yeah, that was a 4.
Yeah.
That was real talk. People was grinding on poles and going crazy. Yeah. That's coming back now, so that was a 4.
Yeah.
Skateboarding, always, forever, my whole entire life, always a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Scooters were, all right, that was a little bit later, like razors and stuff like that was a little bit later. I didn't really get into it. I wanted one, but
it's cool.
Things is hella expensive.
Facts. And then you wasn't a bike kid? You wasn't riding bikes?
I had bikes. We always had bikes.
You was definitely mobbing
But that
on
was
bikes.
like life. Like you didn't have no
that's
bike.
Transportation.
Remember they came out with pegs after that. You needed a ride if you didn't have a bike. If you was pulling up and your homie was riding, man, you was bootsy.
Come on, for real.
The Mongoose, the Razors, like. Nah, yeah, it was the Mongoose. Excuse me, the GT and the Mongoose. That's what it was.
Shout out the Mongoose, yeah. Okay, let me get you this one. And you could, usually I make a person pick a particular network, like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or Disney Channel. But just give me one of your favorite cartoons growing up. Favorite cartoon.
Cartoon Network was dope because they had Toonami.
Oh, talk about it. Toonami was classic, man.
Toonami
classic,
was hard.
Man. My introduction to anime as a kid, for sure.
Toonami had all the gas, like, and then they had Adult Swim too.
Yeah,
they had who was that? They had
that was Aqua Teen and all of that.
Ooh, I forgot about them. Space Ghost. They had Space Ghost.
Yep.
Borak was hilarious.
Stupid. Okay, so, I like it.
That was at a 4.
What's your favorite flavor of Doritos?
Cool Ranch.
Ooh,
Cool Ranch always. Cool Ranch always.
I like it. I respect it.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, I'm a superhero geek. Yeah. Give me your favorite hero in the Marvel universe. Ooh. I'm a DC fan, but give me your favorite hero in the Marvel universe.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a big one. Spider-Man's always been one of my favorites, but Silver Surfer is raw.
I love it.
Silver Surfer is raw, and I'm not just saying that just for being on the spot.
Because people don't really know. I know.
I'm being dead serious.
I know the
Silver Surfer
ability.
was hard.
Boy, they don't even know what he's capable of.
Silver Surfer was low key one of the most powerful superheroes on Marvel. Period. And everybody that's a real fan of Marvel, they know that. They know. It's not to be played with.
Exactly. Okay, I like that answer. I really do. Reoccurring question. I'm a sports head. Yep. Always. If you could go pro in any sport, what sport would you be professional in? I'm
vertically challenged. I would be professional in basketball for sure.
Yeah, I'm about to say I've always been a short guy too, so I understand. Shout out to short kings out there. Element bender. If you could bend any element, water, fire, earth, or air, which one would you be able to control?
It's definitely gonna be water.
Yeah,
100% is gonna be water.
I like it. I like it.
The body needs water. Everybody needs water.
It's an essential.
If I'm controlling what you need, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, true that.
That's right.
Okay, a few more. Sorry, and I have to propose it like this. You just got sentenced to death. Ooh. What is your electric chair meal? Ooh. The last thing you gonna eat before you leave the earth?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be oxtails. It's definitely gonna have some cornbread and some rice and some sweet potatoes.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. Some sweet potatoes.
That was a little too easy.
Some candy yams, like easy all day.
Some good.
But you know what? I'm gonna be real with you too, though, because that's my Aboriginal side speaking. Yeah. I'm gonna be real with my Latin side too, my Hispanic side. I'm gonna say some real shit though. Some birria tacos on my way out.
That has been a response.
Two.
Yeah. I've had soul food as an answer. I've had birria tacos, so I get it. It's crazy.
If they say you can only have these two plates, I'm gonna be sitting there for a minute.
That's it. Okay, I love it. Okay,
that's cold blooded. That's a cold blooded move.
That's the real one. Okay. I'm a big fan of heist movies. That's one of my favorite genres of movies. When they put together the team, you got to have this person do that person do that. What role would you play in a heist? Would you be the hacker? Would you be the getaway driver? Would you be the leader? Would you be the muscle? What role would you play in a heist movie?
Oh man, Queen Latifah on Set It Off.
He said, I love that. That's the first. I love that one. He's like, I need to be her. Yeah, she was a real one. She went out the hardest. I ain't gonna lie.
Queen Latifah on Set It Off, or Val Kilmer on Heat.
I like it.
That was cold blooded.
Like okay.
He was the sniper, so he was in the cut, like handling business.
Snipers, man. Stupid for real. And last question for the rapid wave. My favorite meal of the day is breakfast. Give me your ideal breakfast, as in food, whether it be a restaurant or a place or a setting. Like you want to be on the beach, you want to be in the cabin, you want to be lakeside. Where's your ideal breakfast take place, and what are you gonna eat?
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. I love food. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm a foodie.
Come on now.
I think the best setting for me, either small country town or on a beach.
Okay. And what you gonna bust down?
Huevos rancheros.
Ooh, talk about
it. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just what it is.
It's like that's my go-to.
It's cool every once in a while you have a pancake, but after now that I'm older, I eat a pancake, I be feeling sick.
Yeah, you be stuck.
I be feeling sick. I just feel sick. Like, bro, I just ate a whole bunch of cake.
Yeah, just ate all this batter, bro. Like,
and sugar.
I'm cooked right now.
Yeah, so between those two, it had to be huevo rancheros or there's a spot over here in Winters. It's called Puda Creek.
Okay.
They serve what is it? Tri-tip sandwich with the dipping with the
little like au jus or whatever. That sound
for breakfast. That go crazy every time I go there. Go to Winters. Go to Puda Creek. Small
put
cafe.
Put us on,
Small
man.
cafe in Winters, California. It's called Puda Creek. Go there and get that raju.
The little tri-tip with the au jus and all that.
I'm telling you.
Okay, we're going to have to tap in, man.
I swear to God.
Everybody else comment below. Where is your ideal breakfast? Where does it take place? And what is made on that plate? Because I want to know. Because I'll go check it out. So I got that on my list. I'm going to write that down for sure. But thank you. That's going to wrap it up for the Rapid Wave segment. It's going to be easy. We got a couple little more. I'm going to do a quick shout out to my sponsors. Number one, of course, shout out Vintage Variation. All of your vintage apparel needs. They'll take care of you, men, women, and children from head to toe. Shoes, corduroy pants, skirts, blazers, jackets, button-ups, button-downs. Everything you need for your vintage apparel needs. Go shop with Vintage Variation. Follow them on all social media platforms. Number two, got to always give a big shout out. Become Cosmetics. Ladies, go get you all your lip essentials to help you become the best version of yourself. Lip oils, lip scrubs, lip balms, lip liners, everything you need, go shop with them. The second E is a 3, so definitely go get some of that. But fellas, Valentine's coming up. If you want to bless your shawty with some stuff that you going to enjoy, man, get her some little lip gloss, man. You know she gonna be popping. You know she gonna love you for it. Other than that, gotta give a big shout out, Kaya Clips. Ladies, y'all spend way too much on your nail set to burn them on a little doobie. Get you a little roach clip, Kaya Clip. They file down. They work with woods, blunts, sweets, anything you need to cheap on. Exactly. It's very essential. Great gift. And if you got them long gold grabbers, girl, this will help you grab your ATM card up out the debit machine. So multi-use tool. Shout out Podcast Bree. You could get them custom made, horoscopes, letters, all type of different colors. Definitely go get you a Kaya Clip today. And last but not least, the man with the plan, the man with the lights, camera, and the action, Real Productions, always holding us down, taking care of what's the wave. If you need any content created, maybe pre-production, production, post-production, he is the man that can take care of you. Hit us up about all business inquiries anytime you need something taken care of.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're going to leave that there for the sponsors. And this is where I usually introduce my sports segment. But you said you just been out the loop.
Yeah.
What's the reason? Is it by choice, or is it just by you being busy and your focus being elsewhere? Is it just like I could care less about football and hoop and baseball, or is just what's the reason? Let me ask.
I'm not gonna lie. MMA is really dope to me because it's really hard that somebody's gonna be giving up, like getting their arm broken or getting knocked out for like fakesies. Because that's like some serious. You gonna get hurt. Like,
you can't rig that.
But I feel like since the 80s and 90s, football hasn't been the same.
Okay.
I'm just being honest with you. It's more like
a lot of the rule changes and stuff.
It's more ballerina-y. Like, it's got a lot of ballerina moves in it.
It's a lot of entertainment factors.
It's a lot of entertainment factors. I feel like a lot of games are rigged. This is some, like, it may be conspiracy in real life, though, but we're talking about a lot of money that's on the table.
Yeah.
So it's not, every once in a while you see somebody get hurt. Like, and unfortunately that other gentleman just, like, passed out.
Yeah, we're watching. We literally got the Bills game on. Yeah, and he was part of the Bills team. He had cardiac arrest type shit.
Shout out to his family. I'm not sending support to his family because it is what it is. But also with basketball too. Basketball is the same way.
Yeah.
One thing I can't say though, and I've known that soccer's been rigged sometimes, but soccer's, man, them dudes be going. Yeah. Like, they not playing. They got that in their heart. So it's a different type of culture when you talk about soccer compared to basketball. Mm-hmm. You see somebody blowing somebody's ear, do fall down. Oh,
legit.
It's over.
You got a lot of flopping, a lot of crybabies. With football, like you can't hit certain receivers over the middle. The quarterback, you can't even touch them without no flag or anything. So
it's over.
I completely understand.
So things like that, come from an era that we came from.
Right.
That stuff was hardcore. Like, you just play hard, and that's just really what it was. So
like you said, we went from even wrestling, World Wrestling Federation to World Wrestling Entertainment. Like, legit. Like you said, I thought y'all was really cracking each other heads. Turned out, I guess not.
Yeah, it was fake.
Right.
So,
okay.
It's all about the money, and I understand it. I just really do love cats like Kobe Bryant. Like, I can't never deny him. He wasn't gonna flop no game. I don't care what nobody says. Kobe Bryant wasn't gonna throw no game for no bread. You couldn't do it to him. It was Michael Jordan. You ain't gonna do that to him.
Different, like the different dog in him. Like you said, it's like them niggas had wolf in them. Like, it was just 100%. Dog in. Like, it's different.
Sick.
Different era, definitely different breeds. Yeah. So I completely respect it. I definitely do. Right. So we'll just leave that there for the sports talk. Hopefully, bring back some hard nosed stuff, man. Talk to the leagues, man. I might got to get Roger Goodell on here, man. I got to talk to him, Rio. Got to change some rules. Last segment of the episode, which I love. I call it the story arc. I love anime, so I need to get your origin story. I love superheroes, and everybody has a good origin story, and you have one as well.
Right.
So when did you decide really to first pursue being an artist as a brand and as a business, rather than something that moms coach you through and just showed you as an expressive outlet? When were you like, hey, I'm actually nice at this and I want to kind of take it to a higher level? When was kind of that era or that point in your life?
That's a good question, man. It's hard because all my life I've been trying to find out how I can monetize myself and package myself to share my experience with other people. Yeah. And yes, it's always been for, money. Right. Because we got to keep the lights on. We got to pay to eat. But at the end of the day, I've always, throughout my journey with art, have always tried to monetize myself that I could package and present myself to people. Right. And a productive and right manner. So I think all my life I've been trying to, is just now that I'm older, and like we talked about LLCs and things like that, starting to find out and do the reading.
What is that? The literacy,
the research,
the research, being financially literate, all of that.
Right,
yeah, that makes sense.
Starting to find out trademarks and things like that. That's really where I started figuring out, like, okay, now we got it.
Yeah,
make a website, create an LLC, get a trademark, throw it under a trust, and you got it.
There you go.
Now create product.
Are you writing this down? Because we trying to do this with the podcast. I'm in that space now. I'm trying to figure out how to monetize this. Like I said,
I got your back.
I'm gonna holler at you, boy. I'm gonna be in your ear. Okay, so
and I wanted to throw this out there too. Like, now that we're getting older, I encourage everybody to do your best to try to create a digital business. Everything's online now.
You see them Shopify ads be popping up all the time.
You want to buy what you were talking about on your phone the other night? You say the word Batmobile. Boom. And you start seeing Batmobile pop up on your Amazon ads, and it's weird, or your Instagram ads, and I think it's tight.
Right.
But everybody creating their own digital business, it's like inevitable. You have to.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I have the opportunity to share these moments with you guys and with everybody else, that I get to share my artwork with everybody else and package myself and show my digital NFTs that me and my brother intimately created. I think that's sick. Like,
that's dope as
hell. Let's go.
Yeah. And we're gonna show some artwork before we get out of here. But I do want to ask, throughout your journey, what is one of those speed bumps you had to get over?
Oh my gosh.
I know there's probably been a handful, I'm about to say tons, that you probably could pick from. But if you could think of maybe one or two specific examples of, like, damn, this is harder than I thought, or damn, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Can you think of one of those moments you had to overcome?
I feel like everybody else, I'll say it because, a lot of people won't say it. Funding.
We need that.
This stuff costs bread.
It take money to make money.
This stuff costs cheese. Like, unless you don't have support or a dope career or some kind of hustle or something pulling the reins or some type of team camaraderie or something like that. Right. Funding is a lot. Camera equipment costs bread.
Boy.
It's not cheap. Stands, wires,
lights,
lighting,
camera, action,
the mics,
all of that.
Canvases cost cheese. Paint costs money.
Bruh, all of that.
Me and my brother last night went to Color Theory, is an art store in Napa, California, downtown Napa, and we spent like $48 on 4 markers, and I'm serious, a stencil pad. $48.
A 50 ball on 4 items.
Easy.
Like, easily. Nuts.
So I feel like funding has been a big, not roadblock, but a speed bump, because as you're young, you're constantly trying to get a job, go to school, do your best, but you have these things that you want to keep funding, and they cost a lot of money.
Right.
And then also locations to have these places be production creations and safe places that you're not gonna get your stuff stolen or robbed.
Real talk.
And people don't want to talk about that, but that's real. Like, especially y'all know how being in Vallejo or being in the Bay Area, y'all know how the Get Up Boys.
It's Bip City. Like I said, we say it's Bip City out here. You already know.
It's the Get Up Boys nation out here.
Yeah.
So there's always opportunists always looking to steal and hurt and take. And I strongly believe that those hurdles will always give you backdrops, like negative backdrops. But if you can overcome them and you keep pushing, you got that mentality that nothing's gonna stop you, you're gonna be just fine.
And let me turn the page in the book from one of those moments to a feel good moment you had that you could remember, where you landed a gig or was able to get your work in a certain studio, was able to get some equipment that didn't cost you amount, or was even a collaboration with somebody you always wanted to.
Right.
What were one of those feel good moments you was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm here, I've arrived almost? What was one of those type of times?
Honestly, just connecting with the Art Association of Napa Valley. Nice. The art gallery down there, and having them really speak to me about my artwork and wanting my artwork in their gallery. Dope. I think that's a big deal. Hurdle that I believe that a lot of artists my age or older have always been trying to do. Get into galleries. It's not easy. It's not cheap. A lot of galleries want a lot of consignment or percentages of your work. And the simple fact that I am now a member of the association, it makes me feel good that I can be accepted in there around that big crowd. It's big money in
that. Wear that proudly.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's dope because
that's a feel good moment.
Sometimes people don't want to talk about that, feeling accepted.
Right.
Like that, as humans, that's all we want. We just want to feel accepted, and rather it be from a certain group of people, from a certain audience. That's all I want. Exactly. I would be lying if I say I don't want the Bay Area to love me, because I want to be the Breakfast Club of the Bay Area. 100%. I want everybody to come through What's the Wave when they stop down.
100%.
So, you feel me?
And by living in the Bay Area, Napa Valley's not really that diverse. So I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Oh yeah, you say they got their own little culture.
They got their own little pop over there, and
they be acting like you from the other side of the tracks. When you from Vallejo, boy, that's gonna be hilarious.
You get blurped out there, you gonna go down.
Yeah, like, real talk.
So I do feel good that Mrs. Kathy didn't push me away.
Mm-hmm.
She welcomed me with open arms and navigated me through the direction that I needed to go to become a part of the association in Napa Valley, and I think that's a big deal.
It's good. And before I ask the last question, as far as what next that you have from the brand, and all the brands that you have going, let's show off some of the artwork. Let's bring in this beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Like I said, let's bring it in. You could just scoot the mic over here, and we could probably maybe set it right in between us, because I seen this on Instagram. You dropped the process of the video, making it. I didn't know it was gonna be this extravagant, y'all. I seen a little bit of it. Yeah, you can leave this right up here. We'll hold it up there. You could bring the mic close back to you, and we could talk about it. Do y'all see this? Like, I don't even really need to say much. You see the quality, the realness. Like I said, this is 4D, not 3D, 4D. Beautiful gloss, beautiful finish. Could you just speak to the piece and maybe the process behind it?
Yeah, for sure. This is Thanos, obviously, with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right. We just wrapped up that saga, so this is right.
Right. I made this piece custom for somebody, and to be honest with you, bro called me and was like, yo, I need this. I want this on there. And I just started throwing it together. I did use original comic strips from Warlock and the Thanos collaboration with that. So I did want to throw that in there to get these feels. After that, sealing it and dropping it in using wood so that we have that pop out. Man, I'm not going to lie, OG. He gained me up on creating wood 3D art, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it just resonated with me how it feels, the way it pops out and hits. It's different. So I do seal all of my wood, and I do seal all of my pieces.
Nice.
Just to make sure that they last for a long time. The comic books are old, so a lot of the times from the 1960s, 1970s, 1990s, or the 80s.
Like the authentic feel is just, like you said, just resonating off of it. This is so dope, bro.
And I just try to, like we talked about with nostalgia, trying to seal it so it doesn't deteriorate. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
It has that grade on it. You can feel it.
It definitely gives that essence of like preserving that era.
Yes, sir.
It's just like, y'all know what this came from.
Yeah.
And I'm just a geek about this superhero shit. So I was like, I need one of these on my wall. Like, this shit is amazing.
I got you.
But no, this is super talented. But kind of to wrap it up, what else other than maybe some more stuff like this can myself, Rio, and the people expect from Elijah and Forever Studios?
Oh, 100%. Really, honestly, other than just this type of artwork, pop art, nostalgic art, I really enjoy making Rorschach. Have you ever seen that before?
I've heard the term.
They fold the paper in half. You do the little ink blocks on it, ink blotches, and then you fold the paper and then you open it and it makes an image. That's really my style. I love that texture, the way that it gives the feeling. It's always abstract, and it gives different resonations of different feelings.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So you can be expecting that within Napa Valley. You'll be seeing a lot of that.
Nice.
Yep.
But no, other than that, stay tuned for Forever Studios. My boy Elijah, thank you for pulling up, showing up for What's the Wave, all that other good stuff. Stay tuned for that NFT LG.
Yes.
.io, the card grading.
That's right.
Holla at my boy for any of that. And hey, if you need some photography, like I said, my boy keep his camera on him as well.
Let's go.
So other than that, thank you for pulling up again one more time, Elijah. This has been another great episode of What's the Wave. Be sure to like, share, comment below. Tell your auntie. She definitely gonna want to see this episode. But other than that, this has been another episode of What's the Wave, and we'll see y'all next week. Woo! You bitch you.